right, hey kiddos, so here's what we're going to do today. Here on the Classroom series, we are going to talk about dragonflies and June bugs. Now, this video was requested by 2 students or more from the 2nd grade classroom, and I thought, you know what, why not do dragonflies and June bugs? So let's get into it, all right? Okay, June bugs. Let's just start with June bugs. Now, there are 2 different types of June bugs, green ones and brown ones. Now, the brown ones are bigger than the green ones, as you can see in these pictures. Most of the June bugs that we have here in the United States are the brown ones. The green ones are more in Europe and in Asia and Northern Africa. They're not really so much over here, but occasionally you'll see a green one. Also, a fact about the green ones is that they're out in the daytime. They're not necessarily a nocturnal beetle or June bug. They're out in the daytime, whereas the ones that we're used to here in America, they're more of a nocturnal beetle. They mostly come out at night. Now, you will see them during the day, but mostly they're at night when they're flying around by the lights and, you know, your patio light or your front door light, you know, those kind of things. So 2 different types of beetles, same species, same family of beetle, but different. But one's in the daytime, one's in the nighttime. One thing about June bugs is they're completely harmless to humans. They can't hurt us in any way. They can't bite us or anything. What they do, though, and why they're considered a pest, is because before they become a June bug, they're these little grub worms that are in the lawns. And as you can see in the picture, they're quite ugly. The larvae will eat the roots of plants and grass, and that's why people consider them pests, because they can kill a lawn, those little grub worms. Now, a female can lay up to 75 eggs in her lifetime. And once those eggs hatch, they become the grub worms. So you can imagine just how much damage 75 of these ugly little things can do to a lawn, right? So that's why they're considered a pest. Another thing about June bugs is that they kind of fly silly, right? They don't fly in a straight line like, say, a bee does or like a bird does. June bugs kind of fly kind of all over the place, right? Like if you spin around a bunch of times, get super dizzy, and then try to run straight, you're kind of like this. That's kind of how June bugs fly. Don't know why they fly like that. Maybe because their wings aren't strong enough to really support their bodies, so they're kind of all over the place. I don't really know, but it's kind of funny to watch, right? Especially when they like fly into a door. They're silly. It takes almost 2 to 3 years, 2 to 3 years for an adult June bug to become an adult June bug. They stay as a grub. They stay in that grub form, that ugly little worm form, for that long before they can emerge into what we see flying around silly, slamming into doors. So they have a good life cycle, right? They live a long time for the most part. So that's June bugs. Now, this is really quick because there's really not a lot to talk about June bugs. They're annoying sometimes. And as I was filming this video, as you can see right here, one just happened to show up and land right next to me. Now, let's talk about dragonflies. Jojo, what are you doing? You say hi to all your fans? You gonna say hi? Huh? Oh. Okay, dragonflies, right? Now, we've all seen dragonflies. They fly all over the place, and if you're ever at a lake or a river, you see dragonflies all over the place. Because that's where they mainly inhabit. Because dragonfly eggs are put in the water, hatched out as a little larva, and they actually spend the first part of their life with gills so they can breathe in the water, because that's where they come from. They come from the water. Now, dragonflies come in a lot of different colors, right? Now, this dragonfly, again, as I'm filming this, as I was filming this video, this dragonfly flew into the backyard. So it's pretty crazy. I'm filming a video on June bugs. One lands a foot from my foot. And this dragonfly, first one I've seen this year in the backyard actually, lands here in the backyard. So just crazy. But dragonflies come in a lot of colors. Beautiful colors, a lot of metallic greens and reds and purples and blues. I mean, just crazy colors, right? And they are a super beneficial, very, very beneficial insect. And here's why. Dragonflies are also known as mosquito hawks because they eat mosquitoes. So when you see dragonflies in your backyard, it's a good thing because they're beautiful, but it could also be a bad thing because you have a lot of mosquitoes, because that's why they're there. They're there to eat. And a dragonfly catches their prey using their legs. They have 6 legs and they use them to grab a hold of their prey in midair. So they're kind of like a stealth bomber, right? They get in there, get their prey and move on. There are over 5,000 different species of dragonfly throughout the world, and about 450 species here in America. So we don't have an abundance of the different species in our country or in America, but we have a lot, right? A lot of different types of dragonflies. Now, here's something that's kind of cool. The largest dragonfly is actually from Australia. It has a wingspan of about 6.5 inches. Another cool thing is that a dragonfly can fly up to 30 miles an hour. Think about that. 30 miles an hour. You're in your parents' vehicle and they're driving. Look at the speedometer. When it hits 30, once it hits 30, look out the window. And that's how fast a dragonfly can fly. That's crazy. Super fast for an insect, right? 30 miles an hour. Wow. Okay, and the last thing about dragonflies, did you know that dragonflies can't use their legs to walk? Think about it. You've never seen a dragonfly walk. When they land, they land. They don't walk around, they don't move, they just land, because their legs are mainly used to get prey, to hold on to prey, and to land. Their legs are not used to actually walk. They have to fly everywhere they go. So that's dragonflies. Now, this was a short video because it's the last classroom series of this school year for the 2nd grade classroom, who I've actually started doing these videos for. So I want to say, you guys have a great summer. Enjoy the summer. Do something productive where you're learning something in your backyard or in regards to growing something. Even if it's just one little plant, grow something. And next year, when you come back to school, continue watching the channel. I will continuously keep doing these series, the classroom series. And if you have ideas, put them in the comments to the videos, or message me like some of you have already been doing. And I will continue making videos based on what you all ask for. All right, everybody, so that's all I got for this video. If you know of a child who is interested in dragonflies or June bugs or bees or pollinators or any of the other classroom series videos that I've done, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would appreciate it. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to see picture updates of what's going on in the garden, just type in Down Home Backyard Gardening into either one of those websites and you'll find me. And until next time, everyone, as always, shine bright and harvest hard. Bye. Because dragonfly eggs are put in the water, they're hatched out as little larvae. And the last thing about a June bug is, and it's a fun fact, it takes almost 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. Now there are over 5,000 different species of. There are over. They mainly inhabit areas that have a lot of water, because dragonflies actually are hatched. Because dragonflies. Okay, everyone, so that's all I got for this video. This was a short video. Some of my other videos are a little bit longer because there's more content to them. There's more stuff to talk about. And I don't want to say any of that. Chad?